What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Madden 25 with Mozaaik. Today's episode is going to be a little interesting. I had a request on YouTube to show everybody my sliders. Unfortunately, whenever I set my sliders the first time, I guess it was where I changed the difficulty to All Pro. They did not save, so I'm going to show you guys what they're set at now, which is the default, and then before the video ends, I'll show you the updated sliders that we'll be using for the rest of the season. And I apologize for that, guys. I did not know that they didn't set. I thought the gameplay seemed a little easy. We're 3-0, so luckily we caught it before the season got too far into the game. So yeah, guys, I apologize again for that. I will show you the new sliders at the end of the video, and hopefully it'll make a change in the season. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much, because I'd really like to go undefeated. I failed to do that in the NCAA Football 14 Dynasty with the Florida Gators. Looking to do it in our second season, so yeah, guys. Before I do that, though, I do want to show you some big news that I seen on the news feed the other day. Doesn't look like it's on there now. But Eli Manning has suffered a 31-week injury with a torn Achilles. And, I mean, this has just been crazy to me. As you can see there, Achilles tear, 31 weeks. So, I'm not sure where that's going to put him. I think that's like, what, 3 seasons? So, that's going to be interesting to see if he actually is able to make a return, and how he actually plays after that. And it's also going to be interesting to see how the New York Giants are able to play without Eli as their quarterback. So that's going to be interesting. We'll keep up to date with that as the season goes on, and once he makes a return, we'll definitely be keeping up with that just to see how it goes. But I just couldn't believe it whenever I saw it. I can't believe 3 weeks into our first season there's an injury that big already. So yeah, guys, I'll show you my the default sliders here, and then I'll come back and I'll break it down for the new sliders and league settings and my auto subs that come with the sliders that we're going to be using. So I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Alright, welcome back, guys. Sliders are set. I'll start by going into the league settings, showing you guys everything that I've got set here. Salary cap is on, simply for realism. Skill level All Pro. I feel like I'll get smashed if I play on All Madden and won't really get to tweak with the sliders any to make the game any better. So All Pro is where we're at. We may bump that up in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. Play call, conventional. It's easier for me to do conventional, because that's the way most Maddens have been. Quarter length 7 minutes, so that's about an hour per game, so that's really all I can fit into my schedule. I did 5 minutes for my season 1 with the Florida Gators, and now I'm up to 6 minutes, which didn't make too much of a difference, but there was a difference nonetheless. So minimum play clock time, that was at a 20. I brought it down to 15 just because that's what the slider suggestions recommended, so hopefully we can see a difference with that. And that's pretty much all that I changed. You can see the other settings here if you want to use the same ones I have. Heat Seeker and Ball Hawk, I read on Operation Sports that those kind of vary if they're even on in the game, so you guys can experiment with that. Makes no difference to me, honestly. I mean, it helps me out, but if they're not on, then I'm not gonna go out of my way to fix them. And now to the sliders. So as you can see, quarterback accuracy is now at 8. It was set at a default 50. So, you know, I'm sure that's going to make a big change in our game. Pass blocking was recommended at 0. I gave it a 5, along with the run blocking. 47 wide receiver catching. Fumbles stay at 50 just because anything lower than that, I mean, they're kind of rare as it is, so anything above that, they'll just happen too frequently, I guess, and you know, you still want them to happen to make for an exciting game. So here's the rest of our player skill levels for the sliders, and onto the CPU. The pass blocking and run blocking here also was set at a 0, but I gave it 7 because I gave myself 5, so why not give them a little bit more. So there's all those guys. And in special teams, I'm really looking forward to the special team sliders and seeing how much of a difference they make. But here's the big one here. These were recommended with a 50 minimum player threshold. I run 0 just to make the biggest difference possible as far as your speed players, because that's going to bring down the realism. Well, sorry, I said that incorrectly. It'll bump the realism because obviously you don't want Adrian Peterson getting run down by offensive linemen or defensive linemen. Sorry. So that's what I play on. I also switched it on my year 2 with the Florida Gators to the same thing. The first season I didn't mess with it at all, but this season I have, and you'll see that in the next video. And here are the penalties. So I like how they had roughing the kicker down, because a lot of field goal situations I would try to rush the kicker and sometimes get called for roughing the kicker, and it kind of was just annoying because they're going to decline it anyways if field goal is good. So that's pretty much it, guys. These are PanthersFan89 from Operation Sports. These are his sliders. There's a link below. And one last thing that I just want to share with everybody is the auto subs that come with these sliders. I never experienced with the auto subs too much, so this is going to be interesting. You guys can kind of look through those a little bit and, you know, try them for yourself, or watch the next game against the Orlando Saints. So this is when all this is going to start taking effect. Here are the defensive auto subs. And hopefully, guys, that makes a big difference with all that. I'm sure the sliders will. I'm sure the subs will as well. Again, I apologize. I thought that this sliders saved before and I couldn't find the same set. A lot of people edit them. So yeah, it was hard to find them, guys. So, you know, there they are. If you guys have any more questions, be sure to let me know. If not, be sure to drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Catch the NCAA Football 14 sliders coming up next, and be sure to tune in for the Miami Dolphins 3-0 versus the 2-1 Orlando Saints. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.